Many people assume that when it comes to violent acts, Muslims don't step up to speak about it. Well, I'm here to say that that's actually wrong, because I know for a fact it is. Us Muslims, we always express how much we hate the violent acts condoned by ISIS and other extremist factions that supposedly represent our religion, and they claim that they kill in the name of Allah, which is actually very false, and I don't stand by it. People like I'm a Muslim myself, and here's what I have to say about members of ISIS and Al Qaeda or any other extremist faction that have existed throughout the years. They are losers, misguided, foolish, and just plain psychopathic. So, with that being said, because of those guys, they're the ones that made our religion look bad in front of the whole world, even on national television. What saddens me even more is that, some people who are moderate Muslims, not even moderate Muslims, some Muslims that don't even practice religion, some of them actually believe in this stuff. And it's usually the youth who are brainwashed into joining the ISIS forefront. But you see, I would like to remind them, and anyone out there who's watching this video, that the US, if it wasn't for the US government, Al Qaeda wouldn't have existed. The Taliban wouldn't have existed. And ISIS wouldn't have existed. Why? Because all of those groups just so happen to be CIA forefronts. So, who's to say that I'm lying here? The facts are right there in detail. How do you think Al Qaeda received $6 billion between 1989 to 1992? It wasn't the Muslims' idea to create these extremist forefronts. The US was the one funding that for decades, even actually almost 20 years, if not even more. I mean, they've been recruiting members. I mean, ISIS and actually Al Qaeda and all these other extremist factions, they've been growing since the early 90s. What is it that people don't remember about this? People seem to have just forgotten it and they just swept it under the rug. It shouldn't be forgotten. This is fact, not fiction. But you see here, Muslims, they do speak out against ISIS. Instead of having their voices heard, they are censored. Instead of expressing their inner deep feelings and their thoughts, they are silenced. Because that's why, and this is exactly why a lot of countries, a lot of Muslim countries, if I should say, are very much oppressed, because they come from a very oppressive regime when it comes to their countries. And unfortunately, their governments themselves and even their leaders don't even follow Islamic law at all. I'm not saying we have to go kill every single Christian out there. I'm not saying we have to go kill every single Jew. But I'm saying, to show and lead by example that Islam is a religion of peace. If you're going to have church and state working together, make sure you follow peaceful standards. Don't go around violating an oath at all. But you see, these are cultures we are talking about. But when people always realize that, oh my gosh, well, these are Muslim countries that are doing this, therefore the religion is evil. That seems to be many people's, logic. But that's a very weak argument. You see, there's a difference between nationalism and religion. People always seem to get those two mixed up. Are they the same? No. They're just as different as driving a vehicle and surfboarding in the water. There's a difference between the two. So you can't say that religion is culture. That's just not how it is. Religion is faith. Culture, that's a whole different story. It's not one and the same thing. You can have religion into your culture, but you see, that's called a culture. Culture is something, these are rituals practiced by people. Religion, that is faith. That is something that you personally practice, something that has to do with spirituality, not traditional customs that were man-made. So people always say that, Muslims, they agree with what ISIS thinks. No, I am against ISIS. I will denounce them until the day I die. I am against ISIS. I never liked them. They're losers. They're psychopaths. They're brainwashed. And they are fools. They think that they know what's right. They think that they are following the religion correctly. But I'm here to say that they are not. They are fools. And I will always denounce them. ISIS they are not my friends. I consider them an enemy to all Muslims. They are not good people. ISIS is the enemy of Islam. They are the enemy of all Muslims. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't know anyone who's a member of ISIS. They are not my friends. They are my enemy. They are my enemies. Not good people. They are the worst of scum. The worst that scum cannot even fathom. The worst of scum that scum can't even fathom, no matter how hard you may try. So in this video, I'd just like to leave you guys with this. As an American who happens to be a Muslim myself, I will always denounce ISIS. Please make this video viral, because it's important and imperative that people get a better message of what Islam is about. All we want to do is live our lives in peace. But instead of having that wish fulfilled, we are oppressed even more in Muslim countries. Instead of living a normal life like everyone else, we still continue to be discriminated against. We try so hard to do the right thing, only to be disgraced by those who have claimed to praise ISIS. And I'm not supporting ISIS on anything. I consider them an enemy. They are the worst of scum, and I will not apologize for that. They are the worst of the worst, and they are not good people. It's a good thing that guys like Vladimir Putin are trying to put a stop to members of ISIS. So, with that being said, it's fair to say that they need to be stopped. They need to be extinct. They need to be disbanded permanently once and for all. And I have no sympathy for these people. I'm not associated with them. I don't even know who they are on a personal level. And I will not apologize on their behalf, or on anyone's behalf who claims to be a Muslim. The Orlando, Florida shooting, I'm not apologizing on his behalf, and he deserves the worst that karma has yet to give. And the same thing with the San Bernardino shooter. That person deserves the worst. Because I do not condone acts of violence, whether it's mass shooting or flying planes into buildings, or anything of that matter. So with that being said, we don't need another Osama bin Laden. We don't need more terrorism. We don't need more people claiming to be Muslim, but yet make us look bad by committing acts of terror. So until then, thank you very much for watching this video, and please make this viral any way, shape, or form. To all my subscribers, thanks for sticking with me. Peace and love. Have a nice day.